Coming up next on YCU News, the number of heroin cases prosecuted in Vermont doubles since 2012. An apartment building in Bennington, Vermont is purposely set on fire. And the New Hampshire Department of Agriculture holds a photo contest for its 100th birthday. For more news, weather, and sports, it's time for YCU, your local view.
Now, your daily digest of the Dartmouth-Lake Sunapee region and central Vermont. News, sports, weather, public affairs, and all that's happening in our area. The news on YCU, your local view.
Good evening. I'm Rose Spillman. Thank you for joining us for this Wednesday edition of YCU News. It's 3 weeks into the date that U.S. residents can sign up for health insurance on the computer platform healthcare.gov. Computer state and national leaders are urging patience for people trying to sign up for health insurance under the Affordable Care Act. New Hampshire Senator Jeanne Shaheen wants the deadline for sign-up to be extended. Shaheen wants the open enrollment period to go beyond March 31, 2014. Coverage for January 1, 2014 requires that people register for insurance by December 15th. People can register after that December date. It just means that their health insurance coverage will begin later. Junior New Hampshire Senator Kelly Ayotte wants to know how many residents have signed up for insurance. And in Vermont, Governor Peter Shumlin says computer glitches on its system, Vermont Health Connect, are slowing some sign-ups. Vermont is in a different position than New Hampshire, though. Vermont chose to design its own system, while New Hampshire opted to have the federal government do so. That's why New Hampshire residents must use the healthcare.gov online address. If it sounds as though you've been hearing more news about serious drug arrests in Vermont, it's not your imagination. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Burlington, Vermont notes a doubling in the number of heroin cases prosecuted from 2012. And heroin arrests and charges are 8 times higher this year than in 2009, the Associated Press reported. U.S. Attorney Trista Coffin, working in the Burlington office, says the heroin problem in the Green Mountain State is getting worse. Drug treatment programs and education about addiction hazards are underway in Vermont. Attorney Coffin says more work needs to be done in this area. Arrests by police of people on heroin and other hard drug charges are increasing throughout Vermont, not just its largest city. An arrest this morning shortly after midnight shows this. 3 people are charged with heroin possession, crack cocaine possession, and giving false information to a police officer. Arrested today are 37-year-old Shamiqua Cuffey of East Orange, New Jersey, 33-year-old Rafael Olmos, and 31-year-old Michael Gubenuzola, both of the Bronx. Vermont State Police stopped the car the 3 defendants were riding in on I-91 for a defective equipment violation. While conducting a consent search of the vehicle, troopers found 100 bags of heroin on Gubenuzola. Olmos and Gubenuzola are charged with felony possession of crack cocaine and heroin, respectively. The car's driver, Cuffey, lied to police say. Olmos and Gubenuzola are being held in Southern State Correctional Facility on $50,000 bail. Cuffey is being held there for lack of $1,000 bail. The 3 are scheduled for arraignment today. An apartment building in Bennington, Vermont was purposely set on fire early Sunday morning. An investigation by Vermont State Police continued to search for person or persons responsible. The fire broke out around 3 a.m. on Sunday at 113 Gage Street. 3 companies of Bennington firefighters rushed to the building. Mutual aid was requested from nearby communities. By 3:45 a.m., the fire was out, police say. No one was injured, yet the fire destroyed the building. Damages are estimated to be $20,000. 4 residents evacuated the building, the Bennington Banner reports. One resident is 32-year-old Kristen Long. Anyone with any information to share about this fire is urged to contact Detective Sergeant Stephen Otis at the Rockingham Police Barracks. He can be reached at 802-875-2112. Tips can also be left at the Arson tip line, 1-800-32-ARSON. It's the 100th birthday of the New Hampshire State Department of Agriculture. To illustrate what has changed about all things farming from 1913 to today, the department is holding a photo contest. Entrants are invited to post their favorite photos of farm equipment, agricultural methods, and the like on the state's webpage. The website is www.agriculture.nh.gov. December 15th is the deadline for all submissions. Consider this if you're wondering what to have for dinner tonight. There's still time to have a quick meal while supporting a good cause. Up until 8 p.m., 20% of all takeout and eat-in orders at the Claremont Pizza Hut will be donated to the Sullivan County Humane Society. The Claremont Pizza Hut is located on Washington Street. Per a posting on Connect Cornish, eat pizza and help animals in need. What could be better? The Humane Society's office is headquartered in downtown Claremont at 12 Tremont Street. To learn more about the Humane Society's work, go to www.sullivancountyhumanesociety.org. Now we have the YCU weather forecast for the Connecticut River Valley and Lake Sunapee region. Tomorrow we have a high of 51 degrees with lows in the upper 20s. Friday we'll have temperatures in the upper 40s with a low of 26 degrees. Saturday may have a few showers with a high of 51 and lows in the 30s. Sunday and Monday will have temperatures in the upper 40s and low 50s with lows in the 20s. If you're in the Hanover area this weekend, check out the Children's Halloween Party in Hanover for some family fun this Saturday from 10 a.m. to noon. And now it's time for some of our local high school sports scores. There were a few close games last night as some of our local high schools battled it out with other schools. In boys soccer, Lebanon and Co-Brown had a tie game. In Vermont, Woodstock defeated Enosburg 1-0. Woodstock's Doug Avellino scored the only goal in the game. In girls soccer, Lebanon battled it out with Co-Brown, ending in a tie game. And the Newport girls couldn't quite beat the Interlakes team last night. I'm Rose Spillman for YCU, your local view. Good night.